Welcome to the April 14th edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey. Good to have you with us here today. We had a slight glitch with our show earlier today, so we thought, well, let's reboot everything and get a better start on it, and that's what we have done. So that's why, if you're just tuning in live and you're wondering, hey, don't you usually do the show at 11 o'clock every day? Yes, that is the case. If you join us live around 11 o'clock every weekday, that's when we do our daily program. But again, sometimes you got to roll with the punches, and we took a punch earlier today, so here we are jumping back at it again. Aaron Glandon is on assignment, or else he'd be sitting right next to me with the program for you today, but he's actually out with the Ross County Parks Department today and learning about something new they're going to share with us on this weekend. So details about that coming up later this week. All right, in the meantime, it's business as usual, so let's get right to our forecast for you today. We are looking at conditions to be a little warm, and we've been waiting for this type of weather, right? And it is here. So warmer weather today, highs about 83. We do run the risk of seeing a cloud here or there. No showers today, but meteorologists have been telling us throughout the week we might expect some type of pop-up shower throughout the week. But it doesn't look like we're going to have that here in southern Ohio today or tomorrow. Wednesday's highs, 86. We'll reach near 81 on Thursday. Maybe a bit of a shower towards the evening hours on Thursday. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good right now. So coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at news, beneficial news that you can use. Not only that, but we'll also take a look at sports as well as this date in history. And Aaron always has our National Day events, and that's coming up here shortly as well, so stick close. But news is on the way next, right after these words from our sponsors.
Big yards, small yards, hilly yards, silly yards. Every yard is unique, and every yard, no matter how much you love it, can be uniquely frustrating to mow. That's why Country Clipper is designed to tackle any obstacle imaginable. It's the perfect mower for even the most imperfect yard. Country Clipper, engineered for easy.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
I want to remind you that as you go to check things out on our website, that's where you'll find a lot of what we're sharing with you today. Not only the news, but you'll find sports on there, the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard. You'll also find in the upper right-hand section of littermedia.com all of our different platforms, from Facebook, Litter Media X, YouTube, Instagram, Litter Media Radio, and of course, you'll also find the last 3 videos we've prepared for you through YouTube, right on the front page, as well as Litter Media Radio. All you got to do is go to littermedia.com. We begin today with Ohio University Chillicothe with support from its Educational Advisory Committee, offering Foundations to Futures, Building the Workforce from the Ground Up, a professional development day for teachers of pre-K through 12th grade, and that's on Tuesday, May 5th from 7:15 in the morning until 3 p.m. Now, this professional development day will take place primarily in Bennett Hall at OUC and will include optional tours of Kenworth and Centris. Participants will engage in breakout sessions led by area educators. As educators will learn 8 contact hours for participating in the Professional Development Day at Ohio Chillicothe. By the way, those hours cannot be used towards any Ohio University degree requirements, just throwing that out there. But if you want to find out more information about the Development Day and to register, visit Ohio University Chillicothe's website. Fayette County Public Health is inviting residents of all ages to kick off the summer with Picnic in the Park. That'll take place Monday, June 22nd from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Iman Park. That's the splash pad side in Washington Courthouse. Now, the event is free and open to the entire community. Attendees can expect free food while supplies last, community resource tables, games, activities, and a wellness walk. A community passport feature will give participants a chance to visit each table and enter for prizes. The event is presented by the Fayette County Public Health, Help Me Grow, Community Action Commission, Pathways to Recovery, and community partners. There will be a Chillicothe Tree Commission meeting next Tuesday, and that'll take place on April 22nd. That's at 5 p.m. It'll be in the Rotary Shelter in Chillicothe's Yaktangi Park. Now, if you want to find out more details, simply give a call to 740-774-1185, and they can share more details with you. The meeting is open to the public. Pike County Fairgrounds announcing yesterday Joe Nichols will be the headline entertainer at the grandstand stage at the fair on Monday, July 27th. Hunter Jordan from season 29 of The Voice will be part of the lineup, along with Conway Turley. He is part of the band for Joe Nichols. Also, Seth Overly, who's a local favorite, will be opening the show. For more information and to get tickets, check out the link that is in our Facebook news feed for the Pike County Fair. Tar Hollow State Park has invited you to come to the Campground and Education Center. They'll be holding a ribbon cutting to celebrate the improvements made to the center coming Friday, May 1st. That's 10:30 in the morning until 1 p.m. You can bring the whole family for a fun morning featuring exhibits, activities, food trucks, and more, all in one of Ohio's most beautiful state parks. You can RSVP by visiting the website ohiodnr.gov/RSVP. And this event is open to the public. The 2026 Buck 50 is this weekend. The 150-mile relay race features runners on 140 teams taking to the roadways of Ross County. And if you're out and about on the roadways Friday and Saturday, remember you're sharing the roads with these folks. And so give them a little extra room on the roadway. You can support them with a honk or a wave or just a cheer. Race organizers, as those who live near the course, they ask that you, if you've got a dog, they ask that you please keep them secured. If you're wanting to see the Buck 50 course or follow along live with them during the race for where the runners are located, there's a link that they shared on our Facebook feed from the Buck 50. You'll be able to check that out at Litter Media's Facebook page. And of course, you can always just enter the words The Buck 50, and that will take you right to their Facebook page as well. Just ahead, we'll take a look at what's making news in the world of sports for you, so stick close for that. I'm Dan Ramey, and we'll have more for you coming up after we tell you a little bit about our friends at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you've got an issue with the cooling in your home right now, yes, you probably got that ceiling fan going, but when the air conditioner kicked on and it doesn't feel cool, you've got a reason to reach out to Accurate. your trusted comfort advisor. When you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, it will take you right to their website, and that is AccurateHVAC.com.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Time now for sports, and we start with our Haynes-Soto Healthcare Center High School Scoreboard Roundup. A lot of games played yesterday, and one of them was a slugfest, and we're talking about girls softball. And it was Piketon who came into the event undefeated in league play, and they went toe-to-toe with Adina. And they win this one 21-19. You talk about a slugfest. That was certainly it. Also, in the SVC, it was Southeastern keeping pace. They're a game back of Piketon, 13-3 over Westfall. Unioto beat Zane Trace 15-4, and Huntington was a winner over Paint Valley 16-6. Chillicothe improved to 14-1 on the season. They find themselves in first place of the FAC, and still waiting to find out. We didn't get a result on Jackson and Miami Trace, so trying to track that down if you happen to know it. And if you ever notice we have a missing score, feel free to send that to us at littermedia@gmail.com. Hillsboro blasted Chillicothe yesterday in baseball, 17-7. Washington took McLean 7-2, and it was Jackson edging Miami Trace 3-2 on the baseball side. In the SVC baseball race for you, Huntington continues to win. Man, they're having a great season. 7-2, a final over Paint Valley. Southeastern edges Westfall 6-5. Zane Trace handed Unioto another loss 8-5, and Adina outpacing Piketon 7-2. And in the OCC Buckeye Division, Taze Valley picked up a 3-1 win over Canal Winchester. And in tennis yesterday, Chillicothe suffered a 4-1 loss to Watterson. In other sports for you, unfortunately, the hopes for the playoffs came to an end for the Blue Jackets yesterday. They were eliminated last night when Philadelphia beat Carolina 3-2. But man, they were so close this year. Regular season finale for the Blue Jackets is tonight in Columbus against the Washington Capitals, who also were eliminated with that Philadelphia win yesterday. Washington is just a point ahead of the Blue Jackets in the standings. This might be the last game for Alex Ovechkin. They've been talking about that as he may be hanging up his skates after this match. If that's the case, what a career that man has had. The Reds will open up a series at home tonight against the Giants, and they made some news yesterday by trading first baseman Christian Encarnacion Strand. They sent him to Baltimore in exchange for cash considerations. As for the Reds, though, as a team, they are back in action against the Giants tonight. Giants come in at the bottom of the NL West at 6-10. The Reds are just a game back of the Pirates for the lead in the NL Central. The AL Central has the Guardians on top of there because they are 9-3 winners over St. Louis last night, opening up that set in St. Louis. Cleveland tied for first with the Twins atop the AL Central. Cleveland Cavaliers, they're tied for first, and they will, they are headed to the first round. I lost my spot in the script here. Cavs will face Toronto in the first round of the NBA playoffs. That opens up this Saturday up in Cleveland. And the WNBA had its draft last night. Ohio State's Chance Gray selected 24th by the Los Angeles Sparks. And also coming out of Los Angeles were the 5 UCLA Bruins that were taking in the first round. That has never happened before in the WNBA. And honestly, I'm trying to think if it's ever happened in the NBA draft as well. But I know chances are there's going to be a lot of Ohio State Buckeyes taken in the NFL draft coming up soon. Could be in the first round, but when you take the starting 5, that's something. And I think they're all were the starting 5 members of that UCLA Bruins women's basketball team that won the NCAA basketball championship. That's a look at sports for you today. Coming up in a moment, this date in history and our national days that Aaron has set aside for us. So we'll take a look at all of that and more coming up in just a moment. But first, we want to tell you about our friends at Litter Quality Propane. Nearly 100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio with a reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. Litter Quality Propane. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Had trouble finding the switch to flip to turn the camera back on. So we've made it. It is time for This Date in History, the educational portion of our program. And this was part of, I think, last Friday's show, if not mistaken. The Titanic had taken off. Well, 1912, it met its demise. The world's largest ocean liner hits an iceberg at 11:40 p.m. off of Newfoundland, just off the Canadian coast there along the Atlantic side. Sinks in the early hours of April 15th, the Titanic. Of course, James Cameron made the movie, and a lot of folks have been watching that time and time again. It's become a classic and so on and so forth. So, all right. Special news of note for this date, Dolphin Day. It's National Dolphin Day. Earlier, I was discussing the dolphin story that I had is a Dan and Mike radio moment. And we were doing our show live when SeaWorld was still active up in Aurora, Ohio. And we had just finished up the show, which wrapped up at 9 o'clock, and the park wasn't open to the public yet until 10. So Mike and I we had both of our kids with us, and we were making our way across the SeaWorld, and we found the dolphins. And it was feeding time for the dolphins. And so I'm pretty sure, if memory serves correctly, there was one that came up to me and had a rock in its mouth, and it was throwing this rock at me. So I picked it up and kind of threw it back at it. And so we were having nice interaction with the dolphins. Well, then Mike goes to pet one of them. And about the time he goes to reach and pet for them, screaming from the other side of the pool that they were in was one of the handlers going, "Stop! Don't do that!" Because he almost came back with just, no hand. That would have been a memorable trip if that happened that way. But certainly it was memorable for good reason. He came away with a hand. But also the dolphins are hungry, and you got to be careful when you go out and pet them before they've been fed. My other dolphin story that I'd like to share with you came from this past vacation we went on down to Daytona Beach. We went up into the Halifax Harbor there and visited with a pool or a pod of dolphins, and Amelia had wanted to see a dolphin. And so Miss Amelia had her dream come true, because right next to us we heard a splash, and here came this pod of dolphins, and her instant reaction was so cute. "It's a miracle. It's a miracle." And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, no, it's a dolphin, but it is a miracle that you got to see it in the wild. So that was pretty cool. Ex-Spouse Day is today. It's National Gardening Day. It's National Look Up at the Sky Day. Pan American Day. Maybe you're looking for an old Pan Am flight. Not sure. Are they still flying? I don't think so. International Laver Bread Day. We were looking this up on Google earlier, and laver bread looks like some kind of weird pond scum type spread that you put on bread. It did not look, it's probably really good for you, but it didn't look like it would be very good for you. It's also Pecan Day. I'll take some pecans, thank you. And Reach as High as You Can Day. So I believe it was the late Casey Kasem who used to say, "Keep looking up and reaching for the stars." That's it for the program today. I appreciate you tuning in and spending some time with us, and we hope that you're a little more informed on the good stuff going on in and around our communities here in Southern Ohio. And I tell you what, if you've got something you want to share with us, please do so. You can send us an email, littermedia@littercorp.com, as you see right there on the screen in front of me. Or you can use our alternate address, which is littermedia@gmail.com, and send us what you think that might need some coverage in the area. And we're talking good news. Make sure that you share that with us, and we'll share it with the world right here on Litter Media Live. That's it for today's program. Thanks again for watching. Back at it again tomorrow with the next edition of Litter Media Live.